writers, readers, friends. It's Kenesha here at Creative Blossom Studios. I am super excited to be here today because I have something really important that I want to share with you today. It is, as always, a word of encouragement. If you follow any of my social media channels, you know that this is something that I absolutely love to do. So if you are new here, y'all like how I swooped my little hair from, yeah, that was pretty, that was a smooth move, right? So one of the first things I usually ask my authors to do is this: tell me about your book, right? I'll ask them, what is your book about, right? Is it a personal story? Are you talking about your own personal life and how you overcame trauma, how you survived certain situations? This is a fictional story, something you're making up, right? Tell me a little bit more about this world and these characters that you have created. It's a children's book, right? Tell me a little bit about why you want to write this children's book and what message is it that you're trying to communicate to children. So those are the types of questions I ask in the very beginning because I just want to learn more. But the challenge is some really don't know how to answer that question. They really don't. So the big question is this: how do I practice my pitch, Kenesha? What is this, right? How do I even do that? I didn't know I needed to do it, but now I know. So how do I do it? It's really similar to my son, who is a basketball player. He plays AAU basketball here in Texas, and he has practices every week, right? So when I take him to practice, he always asks me, Mom, can you record my practices, please, right? So I am typically sitting in the stands and I am recording him, all of the drills, all of the things that he does. And then I send them to him. Then he goes back and replays it and watches it over and over and over and over. And I didn't understand why in the beginning, but then I eventually got it, okay? It's so that he can refine those skills, right? Those fundamentals that he is constantly reviewing. It's so that he can know that the next time he gets on the court, this is what he needs to do. And if he needs to work on something, he has an idea of what that is. So my recommendation is to do the very same thing that my son did, right? It's a really great strategy that really does work. It works really great if you're trying to practice anything, right? Being repetitive is truly key. So if you sit down, first of all, if you write down your summary, sit down and really think carefully about your book, those important points that you want to make sure that you want to touch in your summary. Write those down. Develop a paragraph that is the most perfect paragraph that you can create, right? And then sit down, press record on your phone, and record yourself. It's really that simple. Record yourself. And then watch the replay over and over until you feel 100% comfortable with your pitch. And then constantly practice it. Practice it in the mirror. Practice it in your phone. Practice it with your friends and family. You know, hey, let me tell you what my book is about. And tell me what you think about my pitch, right? See if you can solicit some help with that. And then once you feel comfortable and confident about your book, about the summary, about the synopsis of your story, about your pitch, then you'll be ready to go. It helps you feel a lot more confident about your book. It helps you feel a lot more comfortable knowing that this is yours. This is your book. This is something you're working really hard at, and you're ready to just share this message out to the world. You feel a lot better, and you can walk into that room and people talk about books and talk about writing, and you're talking about your career as an author. Well, you know what? You know what your book is about. You are ready to go. So in summary, I just want to encourage you with this, right? If you're working on a book, sit down and develop your pitch, okay? Write it down. Record yourself rehearsing it. Rehearse it with family and friends. And then by the time you're ready, you will 100% know, and you can feel really confident talking to other people about your book. Next time, we'll talk about how you can feel comfortable enough to ask people to buy your book, because that's a whole nother world. Most people feel really comfortable eventually talking about their book, and then when it comes to asking people to buy it, then they're really nervous about that too, and which is completely understandable. So no worries. That's why your writing coach is here. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to visit creativeblossom.studios.com for more inspirational content. Schedule a free consultation today.